first, we go to Eagle Mountain, Utah, where Katelyn joins us. Katelyn, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. How are you?
Well, Katelyn, I'm still living the dream. Would you believe that?
I would. I wish I could be living the dream right now.
Well, hey. It's all about what is the dream? How do I get there? You're going to take some steps. You're going to get there, I promise. So how can I help today?
So ever since I graduated high school, I've just been hopping around from job to job and not really been super satisfied with anything. And I've just been feeling stuck and wondering what I should do.
Okay. Well, how long have you been listening to the show, and do you know the three major indicators that I walk through with folks? What you do best, those are your hard skills and soft skills, what you love to do most. This is work that gives you high emotion and high levels of devotion. And then third, what are the results that matter most to you? Do you want to help people? How do you want to help them? Who are the people you want to help? What are the problems you want to solve? Have you heard me walk people through that?
Yes, I have.
All right, so you got some answers for me?
Kind of. I was thinking through some things, but I couldn't really come up with anything.
Oh, come on now, Katelyn. Now listen. Okay, you're here now, so I'm going to dive in here. Do you experience a lot of self-doubt? Have you been somebody that has dealt with a lot of doubt for a long time, or is this a new thing?
Oh, yeah, I've dealt with it for a long time.
Why?
Just mostly the jobs that I've worked in, I've never really been encouraged and told me, that I can do better. Or
does that go further back than just the jobs?
In high school, too.
Yep. What is it? Tell me the source of this. I want to know what has made you feel not valuable, because that's what you're really dealing with. Am I right or wrong?
No, you're right.
Well, then what's we need to get to this. Where is it? Is this an experience? Is it a group of people? Is it somebody in your life? You don't have to bury your entire soul here. Whatever you're comfortable sharing, but I want you to identify right now what has caused you to feel like you don't have anything to offer, that you can't even come up with a whole lot of answers for what you do best and what you love to do most and the things that matter to you. What's caused that?
Well, so I played softball my whole life.
Yeah.
And I always felt like I was a pretty good player.
Yeah.
But for some reason I always got sat on the bench, and other people who were more favorited by the coaches were more likely to play than me.
Yeah. Yeah. That stinks. Because you know you were good. You know you were good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. Favoritism is a real thing. There's no question about that. Are you more of a quiet, stay-to-yourself person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time I won't speak up if I'm
you won't fight for yourself.
Wrongly.
Yeah. You won't go to the coach and go, Coach, what do I got to do to play? Right? That's not you.
Yeah.
All right, now listen. I don't ask you that question to make you feel like that's your fault too, because it's not. But what I'm telling you is you were put in a situation that your natural personality doesn't do well in. That's not your fault. But as a result of you not advocating for yourself, it kind of furthered that experience into more of a negative cycle. And it's like you were kind of spinning downward into, maybe I'm not as good as those girls. But the fact of the matter is, as we talk about it right now, you were better, weren't you?
Yeah, I would like to think so.
No, come on. I mean, let's be honest. They're not on the phone right now. We're not going to name any names. Were you better than them or not? Did you know it in your gut?
Yes.
Yeah. So what did it make you feel like?
Sorry, say that one more time.
What did it make you feel like? What did that experience make you feel like?
Kind of like garbage.
Yeah.
Knowing that I was better and yet was stuck on the bench.
Yeah. So I want you to understand, I wanted to spend a moment on that because I want you to understand that's affecting you right now when I say to you, what are your answers to what do you do really well? There's a voice that has been inside your head for years. And it has come back up in all those jobs that you've popped in and out of since college, which has told you, you're just a bench warmer. And that's clouding who you really are. So now let's dive into that because that's garbage. You aren't garbage. The voice that's saying that Katelyn doesn't have something special to offer to this world, that's the garbage. Would you agree with me, Katelyn?
Yes, I do.
All right. Now let's go. And I want you, for maybe the first time in a long time, Katelyn, to believe in yourself as much as I believe in you right now. Now, I want you to tell me.
I will do that.
All right, good. Here we go. Katelyn, what have you always done well? People have complimented you on it. It has been easy for you. You see other people struggle. What are the skills that you have? What are the personality and character traits that you have that you know if you rank all the things you do well, Katelyn, and I interviewed everybody that knows you, they'd go, Katelyn's right about that. That's what she's really strong at. That's a personality quality. This is an ability that she has. What are at the top of your list? Go.
Following a plan.
Love it. Execution. The world is literally sitting on the shoulders of people who are like you, Katelyn, who can follow a plan and get it done. Do you understand how valuable that is?
I don't.
Okay, well, you need to. I just told you. You can have a bunch of idea people like Ken Coleman, but you need the Joe Hankins and the Madison Browders to get stuff done. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
There's no Ken Coleman show without those two sitting behind the glass right now. I can't do what they do. I don't think the way they think. All right, let's keep going. What else besides execution?
I'm a quick learner.
Quick learner. I love it. What else?
I'm good at baking.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll throw that in there. What else? What makes you good at baking?
I just like the smiles on people's faces when they taste what I bake.
Yeah, but what makes you good at making something good? Because, again, if I try to cook or bake something, the same thing that you do, I bet mine doesn't taste as good as yours. So what makes you good at it?
Because I really try to follow the recipe and I add a little of my own touch to things.
Oh, a little creativity in there, right?
Yeah.
You good at solving problems?
Not really.
Okay, so it's more just execution. Give me the plan, and I'm going to make sure it gets done, and it's going to be done well. Yes or no?
Yeah.
All right, great. Now, let's talk about what you love to do. You're going to see, by the way, a tie here. You're going to see a connection. So tell me the type of work that make you feel excited when you think about it, and when you're in the middle of it, time seems to disappear. What would that be?
I actually coached softball a couple of years ago, and I really enjoyed that a lot.
Tell me why.
Because just taking a girl that didn't know how to play in the beginning and just seeing her being able to hit home runs by the end of the season.
Yeah. That feels good. I just wonder if you're not supposed to be a softball coach and some type of a teacher and / coach, because you're a person who follows a plan. And a teacher and a coach has got to have a plan, got to have a lesson plan, got to have a plan for practice, got to have a game plan, got to have a couple contingencies late in the inning when one of the girls not throwing strikes anymore. Got to have a plan, got to execute on the plan. You're a quick learner. How well do you connect with people? Even though you're an introvert and stay to yourself, are you when somebody gets to know you and you get to know them, do you connect well one-on-one?
Yes, I do.
How important is that to be a good coach?
I think it's pretty important.
Yeah. All right.
So we've got to know where you're coming from.
So this is interesting. I'm jumping ahead a little bit because we spent more time than I normally do with a caller, but I can't. It's my show. Because, Katelyn, you overcoming the voice of doubt is about as important as anything that we will discuss today. And so I'm just curious. Let's do the fun question I do with a lot of callers. Knowing what we know now, what would you do tomorrow if you knew you couldn't fail? You just knew. There was no chance you would fail. And you would absolutely love it. What would you do?
I would probably be a travel agent.
A travel agent?
Because I love traveling.
Well, then, I didn't expect that, guys. I got to tell you, I thought I was going to hear coaching. But I will tell you, again, a travel agent, again, is all about execution. Learning what the customer wants to do, what's their budget, what are their options. I think you'd be very good at being a travel agent. While it's a curveball, and by the way, this illustrates, Katelyn, and everybody else that's listening and watching, that there's more than one job in your sweet spot. I think you'd be a really good softball coach. I really do. But I also think that if you want to be a travel agent, that's what you want to do, that's a great gig. And I think you'd be great at it because you love traveling. And you've got all the tools to do it. And you know what else? I see something else. The reason you love baking is the reason you would love being a travel agent. The same thing that makes you excited about baking something and somebody eats it and they get really happy is the same thing that would be the case if you put a recipe of a great travel plan together for somebody in a vacation and you know that you helped make a memory for the rest of their life. That would give you tremendous joy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. All right, Katelyn. You came up with the answer, not me. You surprised me, but I think it's the right answer. When that is the test, then the answer is always something you have to listen to. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? And it's be a travel agent. And here's the good news. You can figure out how to get qualified for that. And you can get connected and get that gig. Now's not the great time to run into that, but in about 2-3 months, it's going to be perfect, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So go get it. And Katelyn, will you promise me you won't allow the voice of doubt to stay in your head any longer?
Yes, I promise.
All right. Katelyn, I appreciate you. That's why I do the Ken Coleman Show. I know that was longer for you attention span junkies. I apologize, but that's what we do here. And that's what I promise I'll do for you on this show. I will take the time that I believe we need to take to help you. And I'm going to tell you something. Fear and doubt and pride are the enemies that I'm fighting. I take it really, really serious because Katelyn's got to remove the cloud of doubt to be able to see who she is. And that's important.